Welcome to a deep dive into Stephen Bartlett's The Diary of a CEO, The 33 Laws of Business and Life. This is not just another business book, it's a philosophical blueprint for building a meaningful, impactful, and wildly successful life. Bartlett distills wisdom from thousands of hours spent with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders, structuring success into a science that can be observed and replicated. The book is built on four foundational pillars: the self, the story, the philosophy, and the team. Each law challenges conventional thinking and demands radical self-awareness. Whether you're an entrepreneur, executive, or someone seeking personal growth, these laws serve as a compass for navigating business and life. Let's embark on this journey to decode the science of success. The first pillar, the self, is all about mastering your internal world before you can hope to master the external one. Bartlett emphasizes that your psychology, self-awareness, and personal habits form the bedrock of all achievement. The narrative you construct about your own potential shapes every decision you make. This section is dedicated to understanding how your beliefs, habits, and self-story either propel you forward or hold you back. By focusing on your internal foundation, you ensure that your external achievements are sustainable and resilient. Let's explore the first set of laws that will help you build an indestructible core. Bartlett introduces the 5 buckets: knowledge, skills, network, resources, and reputation. The order in which you fill these buckets determines the resilience of your success. Many chase resources or fame before building competence, but when adversity strikes, only those with a foundation of knowledge and skills can rebuild. Prioritize learning and skill building above all else. Audit your current focus. Are you obsessed with networking and funding, or are you quietly mastering your craft? Extreme competence attracts networks and resources naturally. Be so good they can't ignore you, and everything else will follow. True mastery comes from teaching, not just consuming. Bartlett draws on the Feynman technique: you don't truly understand something until you can explain it simply. By creating an obligation to teach through blogs, podcasts, or mentoring, you force your brain to organize and stress test your knowledge. Teaching reveals your blind spots and dramatically increases retention. It also builds your authority and credibility. Don't hoard knowledge, share it. The act of teaching transforms you from a passive learner into a master practitioner. Contrary to popular belief, outright disagreement rarely changes minds. When you disagree, you trigger defensiveness and shut down logical discussion. Instead, use the acknowledge and validate approach. Make the other person feel deeply heard before introducing your perspective. Phrases like, "I understand why you see it that way," lower defenses and open the door to persuasion. This subtle shift turns stalled arguments into productive conversations and is a masterclass in emotional intelligence. You can't simply choose your beliefs, they're shaped by the evidence around you. Affirmations without proof don't work. To change your beliefs, you must change your environment and the evidence you expose yourself to. Want to believe you're disciplined? Gather proof by consistently acting with discipline. Your beliefs are a trailing indicator of your behavior. Curate your environment, choose your influences wisely, and let your actions build the evidence for new beliefs. Innovation lives on the margins, not in the mainstream. The most transformative ideas often start as bizarre or unconventional. Bartlett urges you to investigate behaviors and trends that seem odd but are gaining traction among passionate niches. Don't dismiss the unusual, lean into it. Cultivate a high tolerance for looking foolish, and you'll be positioned to capitalize on paradigm shifts before the masses catch on. People resist being told what to do but embrace ideas they discover themselves. Use the question behavior effect. Ask guiding questions that lead others to their own conclusions. Socratic questioning is a powerful leadership tool. When people construct solutions themselves, their commitment to execution skyrockets. Shift from dictating to facilitating and watch engagement and ownership soar. Your internal narrative, the self-story you repeat, shapes your reality. If you see yourself as a victim, you'll unconsciously sabotage opportunities. If you see yourself as resilient, you'll endure hardship and grow. Protect your narrative fiercely. Don't let toxic environments or temporary failures rewrite your story. Cultivate an identity that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth. Willpower alone rarely defeats bad habits. Habits operate on a loop: cue, routine, reward. You can't simply delete a routine, you must replace it. When a cue triggers, substitute the old routine with a new one that provides a similar reward. For example, if stress makes you smoke, replace smoking with exercise or deep breathing. This approach leverages neuroscience to make lasting change. Your physical and mental health is your first foundation. In a culture that glorifies hustle, neglecting sleep, nutrition, and exercise is a catastrophic mistake. Your body and mind are the engines of your success. Guard your health with uncompromising discipline. A well-rested, optimized leader will always outperform a burnt-out one. Remember, health is not a distraction from work, it's the ultimate performance enhancer. The second pillar, the story, explores the power of narrative in a world overflowing with choices and distractions. The objective reality of your product often matters less than the subjective story you tell about it. This pillar delves into marketing, perception, and the psychology of value. How you frame and present your work can make all the difference. Let's uncover the laws that help you craft stories that captivate and convert. People remember the absurd, not the practical. Competence is expected, it doesn't generate buzz. It's the delightful, seemingly useless touches that create emotional connections and word of mouth. Think of quirky branding elements that make your business memorable. Engineer moments of playful absurdity to give your audience a story worth sharing. These moments define your brand far more than utility ever could. Playing it safe makes you invisible. If your brand or presence conforms to industry norms, you become wallpaper, utterly forgettable. To stand out, you must break the pattern and embrace contrast. If everyone is formal, be casual. If everyone is blue, go neon. The brain is wired to ignore the familiar and focus on anomalies. Design your business to be the anomaly. Trying to please everyone guarantees you'll deeply connect with no one. The most powerful brands and personalities are polarizing. They take a stand and attract a tribe. By alienating some, you create fierce loyalty among others. Don't fear the haters, fear being ignored. Polarization is a feature, not a bug, of building a passionate following. Many business problems are solved faster and cheaper through psychology than engineering. Change the perception, not just the reality. For example, adding free Wi-Fi to a slow train ride changes the experience more than expensive infrastructure upgrades. Always look for the psychological reframe before investing in costly changes. Sometimes, a shift in context solves everything. While tech culture pushes for zero friction, intentional friction can increase perceived value. The IKEA effect shows that people value what they help create. By making your product harder to get through applications, waitlists, or customization, you increase psychological attachment. Sometimes a little effort makes the outcome feel more rewarding. Context determines value. The same product can be seen as cheap or premium depending on its frame. A violinist in the subway earns pennies, but in a concert hall commands hundreds per ticket. Entrepreneurs must obsess over framing, packaging, pricing, and endorsements all shape perception. Control the context and you control the value. People don't evaluate options in isolation, they compare. The Goldilocks effect uses decoy pricing to guide choices. By offering a cheap and expensive and a just right middle option, you steer customers toward your preferred choice. Always present a spectrum of options, carefully engineered to make your target choice the obvious one. Reciprocity and loss aversion are powerful motivators. When you let customers try before they buy through free trials or freemium models, they feel a psychological debt and hate to lose what they've gained. Embed your product in their lives, and the pain of losing it will outweigh the cost of paying for it. Give value first and trust that sales will follow. Attention is the scarcest resource in the digital age. You have just 5 seconds to hook your audience before they scroll away. Front-load your creative energy, start with a shocking fact, a compelling question, or a disruptive visual. If you don't earn attention immediately, nothing else matters. Make your opening unforgettable. The third pillar, the philosophy, is about how you think, not just what you do. It's about mental models, operational doctrines, and philosophical paradigms that help you navigate uncertainty and competition. This pillar is where strategy meets mindset. Let's explore the laws that shape how you approach challenges and opportunities. Greatness is built on marginal gains. Obsess over the 1% improvements, the details that others overlook. When you compound hundreds of small optimizations, you create an unassailable advantage. The small stuff signals your culture. If you tolerate sloppiness in minor details, you invite bigger problems down the line. Excellence is a habit, not an accident. Small errors compound over time. Like a rocket off by a fraction of a degree, minor misalignments today become catastrophic failures tomorrow. Correct your trajectory immediately, no matter how trivial the issue seems. In business and life, early course corrections prevent future disasters. Don't ignore the small stuff, it's the seed of bigger problems. Perfectionism kills progress. In fast-moving markets, the fastest learner wins. Learning comes from testing, and testing means failing. The goal is to increase your iteration velocity, fail faster and cheaper than your competitors. Build a culture of rapid experimentation. The winner is not the one with the best initial idea, but the one who learns the most, the fastest. Having a plan B can dilute your focus and commitment to plan A. When you know you have a safety net, you won't fight with the desperation required for massive success. Sometimes, you need to burn the boats, make failure not an option. This kind of pressure forces innovation and resilience that comfort never will. Avoiding bad news is a fatal strategy. When things go wrong, the instinct is to look away and hope for the best. Great leaders seek out the ugly truth early and often. By confronting reality head-on, you retain the power to fix problems before they become unmanageable. Ignoring reality only guarantees disaster. Pressure is often seen as a burden, but it can be a privilege. Research shows that believing stress is harmful is more damaging than stress itself. If you reframe pressure as a sign that you're doing meaningful work, your biological response shifts. Elite performers seek out high-pressure environments because that's where greatness is forged. While positive visualization is popular, strategic leaders use negative manifestation, the pre-mortem. Imagine your project has failed, then work backward to identify what went wrong. This approach helps you build systems and redundancies to neutralize threats before they materialize. Anticipate failure to prevent it. Your value is determined by context, not just skills. The same talent can be underappreciated in one environment and highly prized in another. If you feel undervalued, don't just work harder, change your context. Seek out ecosystems where your skills are scarce and highly leveraged. Sometimes the environment is everything. Discipline isn't just willpower, it's about recognizing the brevity of life. When you confront your mortality, procrastination loses its appeal. Align your daily actions with the reality that time is limited. Urgency is the ultimate catalyst for discipline. Don't wait for tomorrow, act today because time is the only resource you can't replenish. The final pillar, the team, is about building and leading unstoppable human networks. You can go fast alone, but to go far, you must go together. This section covers leadership, delegation, culture, and the dynamics of high-performing teams. Let's explore the laws that help you scale your impact through others. When faced with a new challenge, don't ask, "How do I do this?" Instead, ask, "Who already knows how to do this?" Masters allocate talent rather than trying to do everything themselves. Buy speed and reduce risk by hearing the best people for each problem. Your ego doesn't need all the answers, just the ability to find those who do. A cult in business means hyper-aligned values, a shared language, and a compelling mission. Great companies create movements, not just workplaces. Engineer rituals and narratives that bind your team together. When employees feel part of a mission, their loyalty and output soar. Build a tribe, not just a company. Every new team member either lowers, meets, or raises the bar. Most companies settle for average, leading to stagnation. To build an exceptional team, every hire must raise the average bar. Move from culture fit to culture add, seek unique perspectives and skills. Ask yourself, will this person intimidate the team with their excellence? If yes, hire them. The most powerful motivator for employees is the feeling of making progress. Money and perks matter less than daily wins. As a leader, your job is to remove roadblocks and break big visions into achievable micro-goals. Celebrate small wins publicly and consistently. Momentum is addictive. Once your team feels it, they'll work relentlessly to keep it going. Treating everyone the same is a hallmark of bad leadership. People have different motivations and communication styles. Masterful leaders are psychological chameleons, adapting their style to the individual. Some need direct feedback, others need nurturing. Flexibility in leadership inspires and motivates more effectively than rigid uniformity. The moment you think you've arrived, you begin to decline. Markets evolve, technologies disrupt, and knowledge becomes outdated. The ultimate law is to maintain a beginner's mind, stay curious, read voraciously, and constantly challenge your beliefs. The greatest CEOs are not those who know the most, but those who learn the fastest. Bartlett's 33 laws are not isolated tactics, they form a cohesive operating system for life and business. By mastering yourself, you earn the right to craft compelling stories. With a robust philosophy, you can navigate inevitable failures. By building and leading exceptional teams, you scale your impact far beyond your individual limits. The pursuit of greatness is an infinite game. These laws help you leverage hardship, not avoid it, forging something truly legendary. To truly benefit from these laws, integrate them into your daily life and business. Start with self-mastery, then focus on the stories you tell, adopt powerful philosophies, and build exceptional teams. Each law is interconnected, reinforcing the others. Regularly reflect on your progress and adjust your approach as you learn and grow. Mastery is a journey, not a destination. Theory alone isn't enough. Take action on what you've learned. Start small, pick one law to focus on this week. Track your progress and notice the changes in your mindset, habits, and results. Over time, as these laws become second nature, you'll find yourself operating at a higher level both personally and professionally. Continuous iteration is key. As you apply these laws, you'll encounter setbacks and surprises. Use each experience as feedback. Adjust your approach, learn from failures, and keep moving forward. Mastery is about relentless iteration, never settling, always improving. This mindset will keep you ahead in business and life. The ultimate goal is to build a legacy that outlasts you. By mastering these laws, you not only achieve personal success but also inspire and empower others. Your impact multiplies as you lead by example, create value, and nurture the next generation of leaders. Legacy is built through consistent action and unwavering commitment to growth. Success is not a finish line, it's an infinite game. The rules change, the players evolve, and the challenges never end. Embrace the journey, stay curious, and keep learning. The pursuit of greatness is about playing the long game, adapting to change, and finding fulfillment in the process itself. Now that you've explored the 33 laws of business and life, it's time to take your next step. Choose one law to implement today. Share your journey with others, seek feedback, and stay committed to your growth. Remember, mastery is a lifelong pursuit. With these laws as your compass, you're equipped to navigate the complexities of business and life and to build something truly legendary.